Hi, it's Gina with C90 Designs. I'm so excited to have been chosen as a brand ambassador for Graphic 45. This will be my first project as a brand ambassador. I will be using Alice's Tea Party, the journaling ephemera cards, the ephemera assortment, the sticker sheets, Alice's Tea Party, the patterns and solids, 12 by 12, the pattern paper, the collection pack, it's also 12 by 12, and then I have some stuff I'm going to add into my junk journal that I'm going to make. And we will be making a junk journal out of this using Graphic 45 papers. So to start with, you're just going to gently start pulling it apart. Trying not to rip it. There should be 2 staples. All right. And I'm going to pull the pages off. There should be 2 signatures, so I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to grab a die cut pick and try to pick the staples out. One. It can kind of be hard to get out. All right. So now we have this with no staples and no pages. Grab a baby wipe. And I usually clean the front because these are usually hand-me-down books. Now I'm going to cut right down the middle. Now you should have 2 pieces. I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to take my first stack of pages. I'm going to fold it in about a 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to fold it back out. And then where it was already at the crease, I'm going to fold that crease in, the one that was originally there. And then I'm going to fold it back over with the one I made. So you have like a little sandwich. for an M. Then I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to do this on all of my pages. So now I have the first signature. Okay, you're going to take your second signature. You're going to fold it in about 1/2 inch. Bend it back out. Okay, so now we have the book taken apart, signature 1 and signature 2. Okay, you're going to grab your 2 papers, the pad collection and the patterns and solid collection, 12 by 12. You're going to go through it and find 4 signature covers. These are the 4 I've chose. Then you're going to need your paper cutter. Okay, these are going to be 12 by 8, all 4 of them. So you want to watch what direction your pattern is. Eight by 12. Save all of your scraps. Okay, now you're going to need your scoreboard. You're going to score these at 6. Score at 6. Decide which side you want on your outside. So these will be my 4 signature covers. I'm going to set those aside. Okay, then from the 12 by 12s, patterns and solids, I'm going to choose 6 pieces of paper. I'm going to score at 6. And I'm going to turn my paper and score at 8. I'm going to do this on all 6 of them. So score at 6. Turn your page. Score at 8. And then you're going to fold on your score lines. burnish it. You're going to do this to all 6 of them. Your pages should be folded. So now I'm going to go sew these. Just right here, I'm going to sew the pockets closed. Okay, I have all the pockets sewed shut. I'll decide later if I want to clip my strings. Sometimes I like to leave them hanging a little. So I have all of them sewn. I'm going to set those aside. Then I'm going to grab my pages, and I'm going to, you're going to take your page and the little piece that you folded in, you're going to push down, and then you're going to sew it down to this page. So it'll look like this, sewn down to the other page. It kind of makes your pages just a little bit more sturdy if you sew them. You don't have to. You could probably glue them, but I like to sew them because I like the texture. Okay, so I just finished this one. I do a little zigzag stitch. Then I have the first stack done. You want to do this to all of your book pages. So I have all of mine done. So now you should have your book cover, your 2 sections, your pages with pockets, your covers, signature covers, and we're going to set these aside. Okay, now you're going to grab Alice's Tea Party 12 by 12 patterns and solids. I'm going to use the rest of the pack. Cut these down to 8 by 12. Making sure my papers are all facing the right direction. Okay, so now I have my 10 sheets of 12 by 8. I'm going to score them at 6. I'm going to do this to all of them. With the collection pack, Alice's Tea Party, I want to pick out a few more pages to add. I'm going to pick 3 more pages. Cut these down to 8 inches. Then I'm going to score those to 6 inches. And I'm going to fold all of my pages in half. All 13 pages. Alright, so now those are all folded in half. You're going to set those aside. A few of these left. They're from Graphic 45. I'm going to use those two on the front. And those two on the back. Apply glue, E6000. And I'm going to put it on the corner. And I'm going to do the other corner. I'm going to set those aside and let them dry. Grab the back cover. You want to tighten these down. Clean up any excess. And set them aside and let them dry. So now you're going to grab a piece of chipboard for the spine. And you're going to cut it 3 by 8 inches. And then you're going to cut another one the same size. You're going to mark 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 2.5. And then on the sides, 7.5, 5.5, 4, 2.5, and 1/2. And then wherever they cross, you want to poke holes. These will be your where you bound your book together. And then I like to mark mine top, just so I don't get it turned around. Then you're going to grab 2 clips. You're going to line these up. You're going to clip them together, trying not to cover any of your holes. Grab a poking thing. Then you're going to poke through. So now it should look like this. I like to go back through and just poke my holes again. Okay, so then you're going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Make sure it's the same length as your spine piece. You want to apply glue. Then you want to just center it on your scrap piece of paper. Burnish down. And then I like to re-poke my holes. Should look like that. Then I'm going to grab one of the pieces of paper that we trimmed earlier. This is going to be the outside of my spine. So I'll apply glue. Okay, you should have something like this. Okay, so now I have something like that. Trim this scrap down to 3 by 8, just shy of 3 by 8. Apply glue. Make sure your spine's on the top where you want it. Bending my pages a little. We are going to re-poke our holes. Alright, so now you should have all your holes poked through. You want to go back through and poke all of them again. I had a phone call and I did not get this side recorded of me adding it on, but this side's the same way. So I'm going to trim this down to about 3/4 of an inch out. I'm going to grab my cover. I'm going to put glue right on the little golden tape. I'm going to add some here. I'm going to add some score tape. Make sure my direction of which side goes up's up. I'm going to place it right where it just meets the seam. And I'm going to open it up. I'm going to burnish them. That's what I have so far. I'm going to set that aside and let finish drying. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my stack of papers that we'd made earlier. I'm going to find my signature cover pages. I have a couple envelopes I made from the paper. I think that's the order I'm going to have them in. So, let's see. I'm going to put 2 Alice pages there. One there. 2 there, and 1 there. Then I'm going to grab my pocket pages. I'm going to put blue. Now we have the pages we folded in half. I'm just separating them into 4 piles. Okay, I already have these made from other junk journals. That's just a little pocket thing. I have Kansas map. I have some just printer paper. And I have some tracing paper. Some ledger paper. Some vellum, flowers on it. I have a few envelopes, a few I made. And I have some notebook paper. Now I'm just going to stack them up. I'm going to take my first one. I'm just going to kind of sort it out, and then I'm going to put it together how I want it to be. Alright, so I have my signature cover. To start with, I'm going to go with this. Just randomly putting in different pieces. Put in a pocket page. I'm going to put my first signature right after the first page. And make sure all your pages are facing up. So that's kind of what my first signature is going to look like. And I'm going to do that with all 4 of them. Arrange the pages kind of how I want them. Okay. Okay, and I know I want to use that envelope with this set. I'll do the same thing with each set. Just separate them and put the pages back in order the way I want them. Okay, so I'm going to take my first signature. And I got enough lace. I'm going to do this on all my signature covers on the edge. Okay, I'm going to sew this in over here. So I'm going to put a paper clip on it. I have some playing cards. I think I'm going to sew this here, create a little pocket. This one here. I'm going to go sew this and I will be right back. Okay, so I sewed trim on my first, on the cover of my signature, on my first signature. And then I also sewed an envelope inside, creating a pocket or a tuck spot. I sewed in a few cards. I'm going to set this one aside, and on my next 3, I'm going to do the same thing, adding in a few cards. So I'm going to go sew those in, and I will be right back. Okay, I have all 4 of my signature covers with the lace sewed on. I have some fabric labels that have little words on them. I have some lace scraps, and I'm going to cut little snippets and I'm going to pick random pages and sew them on. So like quality time. And maybe that there. So I'm just going to randomly do this to a couple pages. I'll go sew these ones in and add a few more and come back and show you. Okay, so I got the random pieces of lace sewed in, just on a couple random pages. So I'm going to do that to the next 3. Just start adding random pieces of lace on random pages. And some more of my words. So I'll go sew all those in, and I'll come back and show you when I'm done with the rest of them. I got all the lace sewed on my pages and the little words. So now we're going to set this aside. We're going to grab our whole piece that we made for our spine. We're going to grab a piece of 2x8. Remember in what side's the top on each. I don't like mine to move, so I usually clip mine down. Then you're just going to poke your holes. Then you're going to grab your scoreboard. And you're going to score right down your holes. Going to fold in half. And then you're going to grab your signature stacks and make sure that they are pushed all the way back. You're going to put the top on the top. So it's going to go all the way in there just like that. I usually clip mine just so they don't move. You're going to try to stay right where you creased it. You're going to poke all your holes. I like to just go back through, make sure my hole's good. Okay, I'm going to grab some wax linen thread and an upholstery needle. I'm going to do about 3 times the width of my book. Okay, you're going to grab your base, set your other inner pages aside. Going to unclip it. You're going to go through the middle hole and through the middle hole on the first row on your spine. You want to leave a nice tail and you want to hold on to it. Then you're going to go back in the next hole down. Sometimes you have to wiggle a little.